just south of 28th Street. You know, Bob, Alan Bob's, has been here since 1959, serving generations of people. Is sportsman serving sportsmen. This is no big box chain store. This is the real deal. This is where the guys that are fishing the same places you're fishing, they're hunting the same woods you're hunting. These guys are here, and you got a story about that, about a local guy that you ran into in the woods that is, I think we're going to break down here in a minute. Busta,
it's pretty funny. About that. It is pretty funny. I hunt up north with, Ted's trail report. Ted Bowcamp, hunt up north on his little lake up there near Hawkins, Whipple Lake, and it's an old family place. And it was like the day before rifle. I'd been up there 4 or 5 days. I took 7 days of solace and was up there 4 of those by myself. It was my last day of solidarity. I was by myself, and I'm up in the tree, and this nice 7-point walks out, and I slammed him with my new Bowtech.
From Alan Bob's.
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
And I did, honestly. And I had my rangefinder, my Bushmaster rangefinder, looked at him, zoned him out, bam, drilled him 36 yards on the walk. He was a cruiser buck, which means he's cruising around looking for a girlfriend because it's the rut's his full rut, and they're just in a panic mode. They want to get laid as often as they can, like every day, right? So this guy's cruising through the woods. I just got busted by a bunch of doe. So he comes trotting through. I'm like, this is my hookup. So wham, I nail him. I go back to the trailer to have a bowl of chili because I'm pretty excited. I'm jacked up, and I didn't want to go chasing him because I didn't know how well I hit him. It was still pretty dark in the woods. It was daylight outside, but it's real dark under those pines. So I go back to the trailer, and all of a sudden there's this knock on the door. And I'm like, holy cow, there's nobody back here but me. Open up the door, and there's this mountain of a man standing there, and he goes, "Did you shoot a buck?" I'm like thinking, the thoughts rushing through my mind are like, okay, doesn't look like a DNR officer, but I do have a license anyway, and this is my property. So I go, yeah. He goes, oh, I think we found it. It's out by the road. So we jump in little Rover and run out there, and we're talking on the way out. And I asked him to take my picture because I wanted to put it on my webpage. And he says, what webpage? And I said, the Grilling Guys. And he looked at his brother, and they started laughing and did the which one are you deal. And they said they listen all the time. And he says, well, I used to work at Alan Bob's, and I make their jigs for them. So it's like, it's just too small of a world. And without Alan Bob's, I wouldn't have that 7-point.
That's right. You wouldn't have the Bowtech, you wouldn't have the story.
I know.
And we wouldn't be talking about what? Kicker jigs right now, right?
Custom kicker jigs. So we got right now Dan Hatchu, cousin to Trail Boy Ted. Right. It's a really small, little, tight community we live in.
Yes, it is.
So welcome to the show,
Thank
Dan
you.
Hatchu.
I appreciate it, guys.
Dan, tell us a little bit about these kicker jigs. We've got the ice is going to get away, and the rivers are getting full of fish right now. And tell us, break this down for us, what kind of jigs these are, and why a guy would want to buy one.
Well, we started out about 2 years ago making handcrafted bass jigs, and Alan Bob's is one of our best seller retailers in the state here. So we team up with them a lot. We'll be at the sports show with them coming up next weekend. But we pour, paint, skirt, package, all here locally. We have about 30 retailers in the state and about 30 outside of the state. So things are growing real good. Just picked up a new manufacturing facility in Sparta that we're running there. So things are on the up and up.
So these are a body bait, right? Or are they a jig? Tell me a little bit about it. So when a guy walks into the store, what is he looking for? Where's he going to find it?
Well, you walk right into Alan Bob's, and there's an 8-foot banner that smacks you right in the face with it. And they got the 3 end caps there. And basically, it's a lead product. All high-quality hooks, Gamakatsu hooks. We hand tie with copper wire, silicone and rubber.
You kind of got some hooks?
What?
You kind of got some hooks?
Gamakatsu hooks.
Oh.
Yeah. But people around the area are really starting to love them. They're catching on a lot. Our best seller is the Freak. It's a hybrid,
of course,
swim jig. There's a lot of ways to throw it, and Alan Bob's has all the plastic trailers to use for it.
That is nice, man. That is. Now, what is that going to be used for? Is that for a largemouth?
Yes, largemouth.
Okay.
Pike like them.
Pike like them?
They bite them off, and I like that. bring some back right in here to Alan Bob's.
Well, you can recycle that way because the guy that catches it's going to get a free custom kicker jig when he catches it.
Right, there you go. There you go.
Because it will be lodged in them.
Yeah, a lot of the salesmen here are real familiar with the product, so we stop in and talk to them. They know me personally, they know the product a lot, so they'll be able to help you out there.
Kind of bouncing these off the bottom a lot? Is that one of the ways to fish these, or what's the most typical way to use?
How's that going to swim?
Most of our jigs we bounce off the bottom. The Freak, you can do that. The way I like to fish is kind of like a jerkbait. You put a soft plastic sweet beaver on it and throw it out in the water, kind of twitch your rod like a jerkbait, and that jig will just dance all around, dart back and forth, glide.
If you just tuned in, you're listening to the Grilling Guys on 107.3 WPBL FM, and we are live at Alan Bob's Sports. It is the fishing sign-up weekend. Right now we're talking with Dan Hatchu from Kustom Kicker Jigs, and we're talking about some really cool jigs that you're manufacturing right up in Sparta. Now this jig we're looking at right here, you bounce it off the bottom, but it's got a big old hook. Why doesn't it snag?
Well, the Freak style itself is got that wide head, and the skirting material's on the top of it, and it has a weed fiber guard on it, so that jig will more sit on the weeds and penetrate it, so it's virtually weedless the way it's designed.
So does the hook tend to ride up?
No, it will actually sit flat, but when it comes through, that head will push the weeds away, so you don't have to worry about the weeds getting into the hook.
Pretty cool design. I mean, I've been fishing with jigs a long time. I've not seen anything like that. So it's no doubt that it's popular and it's catching fish by the sound of things.
Absolutely, yeah. It was the first jig that we created, and we're still, building off that brand.
Yeah. Now, what other styles of a jig like this? What different styles? What would you call this one?
That's called the Freak.
That's the Freak.
Yep.
That's perfect. I love it.
We have two similar styles to the Freak without the skirt, the Freak Nasty and the Freak Darter.
Hey, I don't know who the marketing people are that are naming these things.
I think they're down in Cabo or something.
Yeah. And then the stuff you're putting on the back end of them, that's just the total package.
Yeah.
Is what that is, yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be a dance named after that. It's going to be the next YouTube, right?
Yeah. I don't know, I like my Freak without a skirt, but you catch more with one that got a skirt on them, I guess, so whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, we're down at Alan Bob's, just on South Division, just south of 28th Street. It's the Grilling Guys, and you got to get down here and get geared up for your fishing because it's right around the corner. There's still a lot of ice out there, and a lot of ice fishermen are making it happen. They got a bunch of that stuff on sale here too, all their ice fishing stuff. But while you're here, 20% off while the Grilling Guys are here, and then Bentley's going to be here until noon, so you got a couple hours yet to get down here and get some great deals on your sporting goods equipment.
That's right. And make sure you do stop in here and see Job. He'll be the one dancing with the Freak.
So you're listening to the Grilling Guys. Stick with us. We're going to do a little dark horse and jet downtown to talk to Billy Quinn at Quinn and Dewey's because it's the St. Patrick's Day celebration. We're the Grilling Guys. We'll be back.